Hi everybody, welcome back to the Always Smiling Faces podcast. We're back. Are we excited for the season?
Absolutely fucking not.
I am.
I want to see more. I want to see more of the Southgate ball that apparently Newcastle England were playing in the summer. Because everyone was going, "Oh, it's Bruce Ball is shit." And we've got the finals. Oh, well, let's play some more Bruce Ball if it's that bad.
Oh, so I get you.
Yeah. So before we get started, everybody, I just want to say we've got a new sponsor this season. We don't. It's just us. It's just us this year.
I'm looking about there. I'm looking for logos.
You think somebody's going to walk in the room?
He's getting it out in the.
So we don't have a sponsor far this season.
Yes.
We're working on it. Could be close.
Pre-season.
Just need to get over the line, as Pod you would say.
Get that transfer.
We hope.
So we hope all yous are doing great as well. We've missed yous a little bit, most of yous. But yeah, where do you want to start? Obviously, I think the Euros, I don't think we'll have to speak about the Euros as much as we'd love to.
Yeah.
Because it was a great summer. I did enjoy it.
Me and Bestie spoke a lot about that.
Yeah. But yeah, what I want to talk about, because Decker's repping one of the bits of gear at the minute, is something which pisses a lot of fans off a lot on social media.
Is it the Phil Foden haircut?
No, it's not the Phil Foden haircut. But it's the likes of new kits. Every single season, we'll have this on social media, where there's a massive divide amongst the fan base about that. You get concept kits like left, right, and centre. You get granny tits in it. But
we did the day.
I kind of believe that was getting. Oh, this is a new kit. It obviously wasn't. It looked like it was printed on fucking tracing paper.
Some of them look very cartoony as well. And you're like, there's just no way. Like you might see that on Football Manager as a kits on there. Does that make sense? You know that's not going to be the kit.
The best bit for me though with the granny tits one was not just the granny tits, but all the creases in it. Surely, if you're gonna launch a new shirt,
it'd be too.
You're gonna have ironed it or steamed it.
But it's tracing paper, so you wouldn't be able to put the iron on it.
The colour scheme wasn't too dissimilar to the training kit.
So I think they got the colour scheme right.
Aye.
If it was a potential away kit or third kit, but it was obviously the badge was bigger than my head. It was bigger than her tit. The badge on it.
I don't know about that.
I don't think I've seen it.
You've not seen it?
It's got a light blue top and it's got loads of little kind of triangles and whatnot.
It was like it was kind of like the Mike Cooper squarey goalkeeper top, wasn't it? But
I didn't mind it as a kid. It wasn't presented well.
It was like that one kind of mixed together with the Pav grey and blue one because it was them kind of colours.
Because it was a big granny,
big fat old granny wearing
it. I'm sorry if that's your granny. I am sorry if that's your granny.
It's harsh. This is harsh.
Apologise to the granny.
You've got lovely saggy boobs.
Oh, granny eye. I get you. All right, okay. So that's definitely fake, is it?
Well, the boobs or the
they don't look fake to me.
Well, it's not just Steve Bruce wearing it.
Probably.
We just took Bruce's head off.
How's the boobs? Did you say?
That's not actually that bad. That I can't.
The shirt itself's all right, but you can tell it's. I mean,
there's issues with the boobs, like.
Issues with
actually there is real tits there, like isn't there?
Oh no, it's actually
it's a real granny.
Kit.
It was a mature lady wearing it.
Mature lady.
Just try and claw back some of the poor lass's dignity. I thought the character assassination.
I did see it. Sorry, I did. To be honest, I didn't notice it.
Fat tits.
I'm scrolling through different colours.
Yeah, but to go back to what you're saying though, like I think it's a tiny bit embarrassing, like. The concept kits that I made. Me and Bestie love kits, and I could talk all day about them, but it does get a bit sad.
I think we're at a point now where we know that fans and Newcastle United fans, and probably fans of every other club, probably design a better kit than what any of the manufacturers do.
Oh yeah,
100%. No one's disagreeing with that.
I mean, there's some shocking stuff gets shared out.
There is, but the thing that pisses me off is that people fall for it every single time, even though there's a massive, huge watermark over the top of it, and like. They'll put a brown ale badge on it. Like, this is a new kit. It's clearly got brown ale on it. It's not one new shirt.
That's another problem, though, isn't it? It's like everyone is brown ale badge and Adidas logo. So basically, we just want the same kit for the next 100 years.
Yeah,
the Chronicle did it about a year ago, where it was like,
here design your dream kit.
It was the individual components of your perfect Newcastle kit, and it was just that kit.
Yeah,
it might have been a blue star instead of the Diamant one, but it was still effectively.
But within minutes of the new kit being released on social media, people were already photoshopping the sponsor off and putting the brown ale logo on.
This is something else that really annoys us, right? I think we need to address the fact that brown ale aren't coming back at all, ever.
Can't even have.
They're not coming back.
I wouldn't think so. I'd be surprised if it could.
Can't have smoking sponsors, can you?
I know you
I
can't
think
in the
alcohol's-
Champions League. You can't have alcohol.
Well, we had
But,
Centre Parks, didn't we, back in...
Leicester had one not long ago, didn't they? And so did Everton.
Chang beer,
Oh, they did. That's right.
Tiger
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leicester had the did, yeah.
No.
Aye.
I'm sure
Was
Leicester
the
did.
Thai beer one on it?
Oh, yes, it was. I think you're right. I went on the league, yeah.
Yeah. So I think you're allowed alcohol, but you're not allowed smoking.
Well, there was
that's
loads
it.
of
I think just
loads of
smoking.
rumours about that they were going to ban betting sponsors from
Well,
this
listen,
season.
you imagine
Probably
we'll do it
should.
I've said this for years, right? That it's a bit weird how. So Wonga got loads of shit, rightfully so. I'm not defending that, but people are clamoring for brown ale. How many people had alcohol problems or probably assaulted someone for drinking fucking shit loads
Allegedly.
of brown ale?
Especially
And
brown
then-
ale.
Especially brown ale, right?
No.
And then you've got betting
Allegedly.
sponsors. How many people get into gambling, and debt and stuff like that?
Nah, but
Like, come
how
on, where'd
many
you get
times
off?
have you watched a game of football and went, oh, look, he's got Bet365 on his shirt, I'll have a bet. You've put your bet on
No,
before that,
but
or you're going to have a
this-
bet anyway,
Not
aren't you?
necessarily, but when you're watching a game, sorry, Chris, when you're watching a game, the hammer you, it's the Sky Bet Football League.
Half time.
You've got
I
Rio
agree with
Winston's,
that, 100%
Rio
agree
Winston's
with
giant
that.
head. You've got the
Yeah.
Paddy Power giving it 6 now.
That
Ben
will
Beckett,
work.
William Hill.
The likes of
Absolutely agree with that.
Ray's
The
massive
half-time
noggin
stuff.
coming on the screen
Yeah,
probably
100%.
will work.
Definitely.
But, and I know 100% this is the case, Funny 88 obviously don't give a shit if the likes of us go and bet on it because they're not looking for us because the odds are horrendous on Funny 88.
That's
But
all about China.
It's all
the Far
China
East,
because
isn't it?
obviously
Yeah.
China have got the rights for the Premier League.
Yeah.
So if you notice going around the pitch, a lot of it's in Chinese.
Yeah.
So it's not in English anyway. So
Yeah.
they're all about obviously the Chinese viewers seeing that, then
But
going on the
still
website.
sponsored by Bet365 a couple of years back, weren't they?
The stadium was a Bet
Bet,
365
you
stadium.
get Bet88.
There's loads.
There's all
Yeah,
sorts.
and all
They're
that.
all owned by the same thing.
Yeah,
Like,
Vegas,
of course they are.
yeah,
I
I
don't
never-
like that guy. Who was the guy on the Bet365 advert? He's
Ray
famous.
Winston.
Ray Winston.
Yeah, he's massive noggin.
I hate this.
But the half-time stuff and things like that, and the in-play stuff.
Tell you
it's
what would
definitely
look like
that'll get
a good sponsor. They probably couldn't afford to sponsor the shirts, but our podcast logo on the front of a shirt would look
wouldn't it?
pretty nice
We couldn't
because it's
afford
just a blue star. We can't get a sponsor now, mate. Sponsor the Newcastle first team.
Say,
Like.
like,
So let's be
David
honest,
said-
lads. Let's be honest. But home kit. Let's talk about the home kit. So we've seen it. We all know it's got a massive number 4 on the front. We know that. But if you forget the sponsor, if you forget Funny 88, which is causing the number 4 to be on there, if you remove that, if you look at the junior kits, I like the shirt.
I think it's lovely. It's a great shirt. It looks very similar when you see it on TV or on like whatever you watch highlights on Twitter or whatnot. Really similar to the one from the season before last. The broad stripes,
thick
with the band.
Which is the one which Decker didn't like to start with. Then later in the season, you started to like it, didn't you?
I was
Yeah.
the same. I was the same.
Yeah, well, once I seen it tends to be the case is normally when I see the players wearing it,
Hmm.
and I go to a match and I see all of the players wearing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sort of grows on us. It has to be a real shock.
I wasn't convinced at first, but then when you see the like you say on the players and stuff like
Yeah.
that, once we've played a couple of games and you get the action shots and stuff like that, then it does. But Callum Wilson's going to look lovely. in a
Yeah, I
black
was going
bin
to
bag,
say
isn't it?
everything's going to look better on like an athlete than it is like one of us.
Us.
You
But that-
4 lads. you know,
That bit that you
apologies.
say about the collar, all that had to do was just match the buttons, like on that one, match the buttons to the stripe color,
Yeah, but I think that
It's just,
and then you get rid of that 4. You get rid of the 4
Yeah.
if that bit matches.
But I'm certainly not gonna mention this much, right? But do you think in the back of the likes of Castor's head that they might have thought Funny 88 wasn't going to be the sponsor because we didn't know that until this season because Funny 88 weren't going to extend last year. Was the last
until the
season.
last minute. I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought because I saw the leaks and
It's
thought
still going to
have
have a sponsor on, isn't it? It doesn't matter
Yeah,
what you're
but
going to have on
it's
there.
that logo though, mate. Like,
Yeah,
look-
but even if it's not number 4, it's going to be a U or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's not as the number 4. It's because of the way the sponsors.
Yeah,
it's symmetrical.
It's the-
lopsided. Huh?
Yeah, and the thing is though, and I don't want to get too bogged down on sponsors. The way it is on there, I don't mind so much because it hasn't got the background.
Transparent.
I
Yeah.
totally agree with you there because for
It's
this year,
back to the issue, isn't it?
I've got no issues with the sponsor at all. Like I think I love it on here, I really do. But it's the blue. I don't know. They do it with the away ships where I had the paint one on the other day, didn't I? I sent you a photo. And it's the luminous.
It's like a yellow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yellow,
looks
yeah.
great. I've
Definitely.
got no problems with it. It's just for some reason on the home shirt with it being blue, I've always said make it black and white. There's a few times, again, concept ones like you see where it's black with a white outline.
The reason
Looks
for
really
that
good.
is because we'll wear a home shirt majority this season, and the company aren't going to change the logo, especially when it's blue on black and white. Are they?
I'm sure though that I have seen other home shirts that have had Funny 88 They've changed to
I
match.
think Burnley's was white, wasn't it?
Burnley's was white, yes.
I might be wrong about that. But
No,
I think
you're right.
theirs was.
No, you're definitely
Was that
right.
the home shirt?
Ah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
couldn't,
Claret,
you
but
couldn't
it's
get away
different,
with
obviously, the colours.
you couldn't get away with the blue on the front of that.
But you could on out on black and white. I mean,
100%.
the Blue Star did have the. I mean, Blue Star did
Very
have the
thin
kind of
outline,
white
didn't it?
outline, but I think you could get away with it with the 188. It's not just a look, but it's got that big plasticky patch feel. Like remember the Northern Rock of the first Puma kit? It was like a sheet of Teflon. It was horrible.
Awful, that.
It was terrible.
Awful.
It's got that kind of feel to it. It just feels like it's going to tear off.
But I truthfully do love the new shirt. I do.
Yeah.
I'm saying that though, the quality of the shirt is good.
I'm not
when you get a feel of it, it is.
So we go back to the thing where everyone was getting a massive erection at the point where we saw that the Castor logo is embroidered on the home shirt, but everyone just assumed the badge, the Newcastle crest would be, but it's not. It's like that again, isn't it?
It's half and half.
It's half and half because it's a patch that's embroidered. That's
Similar to like the members kit that time when it was in gold.
Yes, yeah.
So it's like on a shield kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's still lovely. I'm a big fan of their logo. If I'm honest with you, I think theirs is a very nice. It's a smart logo.
But it does feel like a nice, heavy, good material. It's not like cheap shit that's going to click and all that kind of thing.
People go on about in every shirt that comes out. I'll go back to Adidas. Adidas is great. Have you felt a recent Adidas kit that they feel terrible?
Some of them look rank as well.
The stadium is a cold version, just rather than the players' kind of match day ones. They feel horrible. They feel cheap and thin and clicky. And I've got loads from the 2018 World Cup. I've got like Colombia, Russia, Argentina. I've got a few in Germany, and they don't feel great. Like they don't feel any worse than or any better, than the Newcastle Puma ones did. For the most part,
I think like if you go back to the Asics ones, I'm not sorry, I don't want to go too far back, but they were shite.
They were terrible.
They were terrible.
Absolutely terrible.
But I still absolutely adore them. But they were awful. That one, not that one, but you know what I mean. That was a really heavy shirt. The original of that was a very thick material, like real quality. And I agree with Mark. It's certainly not the same quality as that one, but it does feel better than the Puma ones we've been fed before. I think. Personally.
I think what we do need to address though is the current price and market with football shirts in general. It's diabolical. It's absolutely diabolical. It's literally when I don't want to go down the whole poverty route here, but you do have fans and kids who families can't afford to buy these shirts for them, and to charge was it £70 for the full kit for a kid now?
Yeah, well, it's 50 for the top because I was in the deal looking for the bin. It was £50 just for the shirt, and then 65 for ours. But I'm sure Rangers have got a lush one out for winning the league and all that, and that's only 45. So how can that be?
It just proves a point, and I think Bessie, you're the same with me. What you normally do is buy the shirt the season after. Yeah, don't you? Yeah. I will. If you look now, and I sent you the link the other day, and it's the green shirt, the away shirt from last season is like a tenner to buy now. Yeah. Which it just shows you they're still making profit on that £10 sale.
They cost now to
like £70 you're paying for a shirt is poor form, like.
I've seen loads today coming out the ground, kids like with the dad, and
crazy
2s and 3s at the time, putting on.
And that's without the name as well. That's without the name and the number on the back.
One last Saturday, St. Maxim on the back. She had all the badges on, the Premier League badges and stuff, the sponsor badge, all the rest of it.
But as per
5x5x5,
the club dropped an absolute clanger by releasing the shirt before they release the squad numbers.
They do it every season.
Every club does that. That always happens.
But not as a high-profile one as this.
Yeah. If I was a member of staff at the likes of the Newcastle club shop, I'd probably be. I know they don't know officially, but I'll probably see if someone's coming in and say, "I want Wilson number 13 on the back," I'd be like, "Do you not just want to get Wilson on to start with and see what happens next week?"
Were you expecting that to happen?
Yes.
Are you?
I wasn't
totally. Even this is how daft I was. It came up on the site on Newcastle site on Facebook. I think I seen it says, "I want number 9." And I actually scrolled past this, and then it wasn't until I went, hang on a second, and I just totally.
So Wilson's got the number 9, and Jordan's got number 7.
Because Carroll's gone.
Yeah, because Carroll's gone, but we'll get on to Carroll in a little bit. But I think a kit in general, like I said earlier, I do really like that kit, which goes here the second and third kits. What colour are we predicting for these?
Well, this colour.
I think that's a giveaway.
Is incredibly dominant in all of it. The home one's got it right across the back.
Yeah, it's on the inside of the collar.
And the inside of the collar. That's right there.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be in it somewhere.
So I think that's probably going to be your away one, and I think the third one will be the dark red. So
you've got the blood orange. You've got that training kit in the grey and orangey red.
So I think it's going to be orange and grey. Probably predominantly orange with grey like trimmings or whatever.
We've had training kits in the past that have had some of the Puma ones had no kind of relation to what we wore on field at all.
Did I not buy one the other month and I put it in the group and he was like, that's not one of our training tops? And I like, no, it literally is. I can't remember what colour it was. Which was orange. You would never had a kit like look like that.
I don't remember.
I can't remember what it
I
was.
think it's weird. We've got more than one training kit. Why didn't you do an away training kit?
Well, I say it's 3.
I suppose if you're playing in training, you have one team.
Yeah.
Bibs.
I absolutely love the new one. Well, it was next to this in the shop. It's got like a darker blue line up here. It's gorgeous.
It's nice on the top,
50 quid, you know, though, for a training top.
That's more than the shirts.
That's what I mean. I'm used to the shirts being 45, and the training top's 48.
They used to be bloody 30 quid, 35 quid for a adult shirt. Huh?
Yeah, it's absolutely
mental.
Mental. So we're going to go away one blue, third one orange grey maybe.
I'm not sure. I think that could be the home because the blue's like an accent colour on the home. So I think that could
this
be
the
home.
I reckon that's just the home.
Which is similar to the blue that we had a few seasons ago.
Yes.
Kennedy.
Yes.
So that Kennedy one.
With the dark blue.
The one that we wore.
Man U. Yeah, the one that we wore at St James Park, but it was the one that was.
We've had that highlight blue on a few strips in the past. I'm sure that blue used to be the colour of the badge underneath, like a lighter, like not as dark as it is on there. It was more like a lighter.
Yeah, it did.
I want to make a special mention of the socks of the new home strip.
All right, okay.
Huge fan of the socks. They just remind us of the R6 days. So
yeah.
I mean, the shite really in isolation, they're just black with a little bit of white and a bit of light blue on. But it takes me back to
the black socks.
As well.
That's the shorts. Sorry, I meant to say shorts and socks. Sorry,
the black socks.
Black with white turnovers on top.
White turnovers.
Well, that season we went back to white socks, didn't we?
The Rondon season.
You see, hoops for me.
You aren't a fan of the white socks, man?
I like the white socks
because
I like them, but we're not very lucky in them.
I remember when Robson came, we had the arguably my favourite one with a blue trim, brown ale.
Lovely shirt.
That had white socks. Loved it. Black turnover with a blue.
But they changed it to black, didn't they? They got some so far through the season and then became black.
Yeah, because Coventry away were played in black.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're going on a kick.
No, it's fine.
But yeah.
Right, so we mentioned Eddie Carroll there. So we'll just get straight on to the players that obviously there's none coming, clearly. But
yes.
It's crap form, isn't it?
Yeah. But players that new contracts. So Fabian Schär signed a new one. Dummett. Had Fernandez already signed one the season before?
I don't think he had, no. I think
Fernandez signed up in the summer. I'm sure there was 4.
Gale had, hadn't he?
Gale, he had, rumoured he had, but never been announced.
Yeah.
So that's another one.
Jacob Murphy as well, but he was late last season.
Murphy was another one that didn't.
8 years, isn't it? 7 or 8 years?
That's 8 years. That's back in the glory days of Park. Mel Ranger and
strange one. Is there anyone there that you're surprised that signed the extension?
I think Gale. No one really. I think Gale got an 8-year deal when there was a lot of talk. Like
Gale getting an 8-year deal?
Sorry,
Jesus Christ. He'll be as old as you when he's playing.
When he's back in there. But Gale getting a new contract, big part. I don't think that was something that you would really. There's been talk of him leaving for 2 or 3 years now. We had a couple of years on loan at West Brom, and obviously they've gone back down again. You think, well, maybe he'd be a good fit down there again. But
do you not think that's why they've given him a contract though, to give him a bit of transfer value?
Maybe it is. I mean, I like Dwight Gale, but he's in his 5th, 6th year with the club now, and he's not been first choice for the last 4. So I mean, Joe Linton was signed to replace him. Hustley was signed to replace him. Andy Carroll kind of was ahead of him in the pecking order for a little while. Obviously, Callum Wilson's there now. I can only think that's what it is, Mark. That they've done that to say, right, get a couple of £1 million on his value on him, because I like him. I do like Dwight Gale. He's been even though he hasn't played a massive amount over the last 5 years. I think he's been a really good servant, and he's come up with the goods when he's had to on occasion.
He scored important goal, even last season.
He has, yeah.
I'm of the opinion. I think Bruce really likes him. I think Bruce is.
Yeah.
But he said himself, didn't he, that he's tried to sign him umpteen times.
I think, but he kept on saying that, but
never played him.
Wouldn't play. The guy can't stay fit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And honestly,
Bruce.
Well,
both
of them. I look at certain players that we have, and I think, right, honestly, would Aston Villa have Gale? Would Wolves? Would West Ham?
I don't think
the answer is no.
I don't think you look at.
So for me, get rid of him. I wouldn't have.
I don't think you look at the promoted teams. He's not going to get a team who put you at Norwich. Ivan Toney,
right? Exactly.
Watford, I don't know if they've got up front these days, but
so I always try to lean on the side of like, he's all right, man. He's a decent squad player. But I'm trying in my mind to think of other teams that would have him. That's in and around us, and I don't think anyone would.
So then, when you look at the likes of those teams, and you look at their 3rd, 4th choice strikers, then
but
are they as good or better than him?
Yeah, but normally a club's 3rd or 4th choice striker is probably a younger player coming through the likes of the ranks.
I'd say for somebody young or somebody old, isn't it?
I think last season or maybe the season before, yes, I agree, we would class him as third or fourth choice. But now Joe Linton, we all know, is not a striker, in my opinion. You've banged on this table, not this one necessarily, but
Probably has.
you want to
banged on it a few times.
left wing, right wing,
right there.
Carroll's gone. So if you lose Wilson, you've only got one option now, really, and it's him.
Sorensen's gone as well. Not that he was out, kind of.
Yeah, true, but it's not very good, is it, really, to think Gale's now your second choice?
So despite the player signing a new contract, obviously Andy Carroll wasn't lucky enough as of yet to get one. I know Bruce has said that he wishes him well for the future.
Do you think he deserved one, though?
No.
So why are we...
I'm just having a conversation.
No,
This is
but
what
why
this is.
Why are we talking about Newcastle?
This is a podcast where there's a guy with
like,
You've done fuck all, man.
Why are people surprised that he was released?
Oh, they're
Is like
surprised.
what I'm getting at.
I don't think I've seen anyone surprised.
He was terrible. You can't get away from it.
But where he set up the goal for somebody against...
Remember
First goal.
Against Palace.
What else has he done?
But he went through a stage of maybe 4 or 5
Remember,
games
defensive headers don't count, so we're not going to discuss his defensive.
when he single-handedly came off the bench and changed the game. The fans were up for it. He was just headering walls.
Yeah.
But that was 4 games or 5 games in
start of last season. That team, remember, he played really well at West Ham.
Remember that time
that's right. He went to front and was.
Remember that time he came on for 20 seconds?
But he scored. That's one thing.
It was a nice idea to bring him home,
Was it Liverpool at home, maybe? He scored against someone at James's last season. I thought, I wish I was there just because it's Andy Carroll.
Yeah,
he's not. I don't think he is. It's not a big surprise that he's gone. And I don't think there's going to be too many tears shed from the support. But it's just...
I'm sad the way it's gone. I'm sad the way it's gone because I've always liked Carroll.
Yeah.
I was gutted when he left. But, like... People have a shelf life, and I think Carroll's we found it. Like
too late, wasn't it?
Wonky shelf.
Came back
bench
too late.
life, Carroll.
Yeah, bench life. Like
life.
it.
At least he actually managed to stay fit for a fair chunk of the season.
Did he?
He did.
But the thing is, we didn't see him enough to know if he was fit or not.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't really see him, did we? Do you know what I mean? And the problem was, another thing with him now is the way the game's changed, in my opinion. You bring him on the last 10 minutes, he just gives fouls away all the time because it's gone quite soft now. And we're launching balls up, and he's just elbowing someone, free kick, all the time. And I'm not saying that, but also, when you bring him on, it immediately we're going long ball.
Yeah.
Like as soon as the defenders get the ball, let's just lump it.
So Robert Mitchell has said that he scored against Leicester.
Leicester it was. Did he score one in the cup as well, or was it just in the league that he scored?
Can't remember, mate. Can't remember.
There was one.
That's how memorable last season was.
It was.
It seems like ages ago, and it's only what?
Well, it's in the last year.
6.
What goal against Leicester at home?
He scored one at St James's.
Did he?
He put it from about 10 to 12 yards out. I seem to recall, not a penalty, but I think it was a bit of was it a melee in the box?
Was that not the one where we absolutely mullered them?
No,
at home.
No, that was. But that wasn't at home.
Was it away? No, it was away.
That was a because he scored. Wilson got 2.
That was incredible. That game.
Good.
I honestly can't remember his goal. Sorry, anyway.
Anybody? Are you surprised to see Fabian extend? Because there was rumours that he wanted to move, wasn't it?
My only question, I'm very pleased he hasn't, Murphy as well, but Murphy's a bit different maybe. But
I think Murphy.
I'm just no. Here is what I mean by different. I'm just surprised at what are we saying to Shea to make him sign a new contract? Because where's the direction of the club?
Probably. How old's Fabian now? Must be late 20s.
28.
Yeah.
He's been here.
So is he doing this for a decent
So probably it's a decent payday. Yeah, security basically.
Maybe fair. I'm just shocked that anyone would go, I'll sign for 4 or 5 more years, knowing what we know around this table. Like, oh shit, it is really. Do you know what I mean?
It is, but if you're a player who's in a Premier League club and on decent money, and that Premier League club says there's in a couple of years, you kind of stick around, don't you?
On the back of Fabian, though, on the back of Fabian, you've got Lejeune leaving.
His days were done when we loaned him out.
Yeah, of course we're, and I think Bruce is well known now for rumour had it that he wasn't a big fan of Lejeune, which baffled me. And a lot of things, and I completely understand that his season, obviously prior to last season, then yes, he was injured. Obviously, he had that. Was the last one the Kane tackle, which put him out, or was the one after that?
That was
one after that, wasn't it?
That was debut.
But then I said, and there was a lot of people probably agreeing, saying that it's a strange move by the club to cash in on him at this point when he had a decent season last season on loan. There was a lot of people come back saying, "Well, he's injury prone." I said, "But he wasn't last season.
He had a very good season there."
And I think there was one game there against Messi, and he was unreal against Barcelona. And I know Barcelona weren't fantastic and things like that, but I think Lejeune probably could have had another go this season.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen it. I can kind of understand.
I don't think it's a huge loss.
I don't think it's a huge. I think that he was at one point probably the best centre half at the club, in amongst the same kind of lads that we've got now. So Lascelles, Fernandez, and himself. Like, I was include Dummett in that as well. I don't know. He really struggled to come back into the team after his injuries a couple of years ago. I'm thinking of Leicester and Everton at home, where he had a night. He was stinking.
Horrendous. One of them was really bad.
But I don't know. I mean, he
did then grow back into the team and put a good few performances in and stuff like that after them couple of shaky games.
Well, he had the game of Goodison, he got two, didn't he?
In fairness, I agree with Bessie, because I remember I was sitting there and Leicester, that was left shot. Leicester had a shot.
Yeah, he did.
Couldn't clear the ball away. However, I'm sure, if I remember rightly, we played him 4 or 5 games in a row and he had just come back from injury.
I don't know what's on you. Sorry.
Oh, hello.
That'll be because you've unplugged them headphones.
I'm sure though, because he had been out for like a year or something.
Yeah.
And then he came back and played 1. Then we played 2. He was playing 4 or 5 games a week.
Yep.
Oh, well, it felt like that.
Yeah.
And we're like, they wouldn't have the guys on his arse because he's shut out. Do you know what I mean? But we are strong in that position though. In fairness,
we are. And like it might be a somewhat controversial comment, but I'd prefer Lejeune over Cher. Like
I would going off what I remember of Lejeune. Now, my perception of Lejeune is the player before he had the injuries, and he might not be that player anymore. You know, like the Bruce sees him in. I'm obviously myself always fairly quick to stick the boot in on Bruce because it's like shooting fish in a barrel, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
But Lejeune, I don't know. There might be something going on behind the scenes that he just wasn't right.
Or maybe he didn't want to be here.
Possibly, yeah.
I'm not sure that he's physically capable of the Premier League.
Maybe.
I get all this thing about Spain, he wasn't injured and stuff. I'm not saying just because it's warm weather. What I mean is his physicality in the Premier League is tough.
Well, when you look at players that haven't quite made it here, like John Dahl Thompson went to Milan and was excellent. Hugo Vion had a good career at Valencia and then Braga. There's players that come and you can't.
Yossele's gone to somewhere for 18 million apparently.
Mikel Merino managed a season, maybe 2/3 of a season. And he's at Sociedad now. It's just some players aren't suited.
I agree. To be honest, well, I'm going to go that far back, but you know what I'm saying.
But it's,
I agree.
But
a couple of French lads that lasted a couple of weeks.
It is a tough league. It is a tough league, and I love Lejeune when he was here. And you know what it is? Well, that's how much I loved him is before the injuries. I was thinking this guy's going to walk into Man United. He's going to walk into Tottenham. I could see him in a really.
I think we had a conversation how well he would fit into a Spurs shirt. Just saying, he just looks like he should be wearing a Spurs shirt at one point.
But he wasn't Man City. He wasn't before us.
Yeah,
he was. That's right.
He's a good defender. He's got time on the ball and can play football and stuff like that.
And you don't get much time on the ball as a defender.
You do for a good team.
Well, we did. How long has it been?
Shit, we're about 25 minutes in, I think.
When Rafa was here and we played 3 at the back and we had Shea one side and him the other, then were good days because both of them could bring the ball out.
So quickly, just got a bit of a free-for-all. I don't want to spend much time. Just with Rafa going to Everton, what were your thoughts on that, Mark? Were you shocked or did you see it coming?
I was shocked he went there, to be fair.
He
said that he wanted to stay in England and there wasn't anybody else coming knocking on the door, there was a...
Lives on Merseyside as well, doesn't he? So he's an adopted son of Liverpool.
He paved the way with his comments when he was on Sky Sports and stuff like that and talking about him when he said that his comments had been misconstrued and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It feels a bit to me like it's not a make or break job. That's maybe a little bit dramatic, but if he doesn't do well there,
you're tarnishing both sides of Merseyside.
Well, not just tarnishing, but it becomes a point where you think, well, what level is he these days? And I love Rafa. Don't get us wrong, and it's painfully clear that I do but he goes Everton. They've been a little bit underwhelmed by the signings, like Andros Townsend. You wouldn't imagine Ancelotti making that signing.
Has Townsend gone to Everton?
I
didn't even know that.
But he's saying Theo come
when?
No, he didn't. Ancelotti did.
Yeah.
All right. And you think
Andros Townsend,
James Rodriguez went on Ancelotti. That was the signing that Everton believed they were going to, and then they signed Townsend and free, which is.
It's a good signing for I don't think it's a great signing for Everton. I think if you're an Everton fan, and Andros Townsend come in, you're thinking, well, he's left Palace in the free.
I agree.
But then again, we did that with Fernandes.
It's pretty because Bartley, he was he on loan last season at Everton, and
Yeah,
he didn't really like.
Bartley, no, he was at Villa.
Did he go Villa on loan? Was he Everton player?
Yes, he was. Sorry,
He was,
He went to Chelsea.
Yeah.
But Bartley,
We're linked with him now.
I think
again.
I have to be honest, right? When Rafa went to China, right, I lost a little bit of respect for him. If I'm honest with you, I was like, oh, really, you went there. But I thought I'd let you off. Maybe it's
bit of a stopgap, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe there's nothing else available. The money was amazing. Let's be fair. I'm stunned he's went there. Like stunned.
It does give him that opportunity of what he wants to do, though, doesn't it? Of having a club that he can build. He can have that project and stuff that he talks about. They've got the new stadium.
It just proves the point of Rafa in a nutshell, though, doesn't it? Is that he doesn't need the money. We all know that. Yeah. Far from it. He just wants to be a manager of a football club. And it doesn't kind of matter which club comes along, because let's be honest, if I was a Liverpool fan right now, I'd be furious.
Well, imagine you went to Sunderland. Imagine you went to let's say Sunderland got taken over, right?
Keegan. Let's say Keegan went to Sunderland.
Well, that's what I mean. Exactly. Yeah. Like, it's what the fuck. Like, no.
I was pissed off when Steve Harper went as a coach.
Yeah. Like, it's just a no. Like for me, and that's why I think so many Everton fans rightfully couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, man. Honestly, what I will say though, he doesn't give a shit. Like
stuck his guns like
he went to Chelsea and got grief there. Didn't give a shit.
Aye.
And then now there was
got shit at Madrid, didn't care.
He didn't care. He just doesn't care, and he'll do what he has to do. And hey, that's fair enough. All I'm saying is,
if it doesn't work out for him, like they'll be hell on.
It'll be very interesting to see what happens.
He's got no time. He's got no time. He's literally going to have a couple of games, and they'll be on his back. 'Cause I think Everton fans are tough anyway, personally.
Yeah.
When, they're always seen to be on the players' backs, and that's just from afar. Like,
because 60,000 got away games and stuff.
Well, you see them at Goodison, like they're
except when they come to ours in midweek.
But I don't know. I was stunned. Honestly, I was stunned, and we'll see what happens. It'll be the atmosphere will be superb when he's in our place.
I think where Benitez is now in football, Everton's probably as big a job as he could have got from.
Great. Wolves. There was rumours of Wolves, wasn't it?
Oh, we finished at Wolves last season.
I would say Everton.
Yeah.
But then Nuno's gone to Tottenham, so.
That's another strange one as well.
Yeah, I was mental.
I mean, he was 17th choice.
He was first, and then
I like him. I'll have a job at Wolves, but the worst.
I'd take granny tits out.
But the worst, Wolves are starting to slip a little bit. Like so, it'd be again the kind of ball they've had. Is Harry Kane going to be there next season? Son's just signed a new wage deal, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So
Lemina's just left.
Lamella
even.
There's great swap as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing about going Wolves there, sorry to touch on. Like, I always find this happens with the promoted side. So there's a few times where promoted sides maybe promote too early. And then they really struggle and they just get sacked straight away. And you're like, fuck. Like, stick with the manager. So Wolves, for example, I still believe overachieved a couple of years ago. Global League and maybe 7th, 8th.
Yeah.
Their fans and everyone at the club's like, right, well, next must be 6th, it must be 5th. And when they don't do that, you're in the gutter.
And I think this is the thing that we got pissed off as a fan. I think we've sat around and spoke about this before. Is that it's always Newcastle United fans that always get criticised for demanding too much and doing that. And I think we finished in the position where we finished 5th on Pardew as an example. I didn't think the next season we thought, right, we're going to go in the Champions League next season. No. I thought I'll take top 10 next season.
Yeah.
I don't feel as it's always a case that if you finish 8th, you don't expect to finish 7th, 6th, 5th the next time. You basically steady the ship and have a couple of seasons in that position.
Unless you do what you should do, which is improve on your team and try to.
Even that's a risk at sometimes because I think the teams that improve on that, if you're looking at the top teams, they're established teams that are finishing in the top 4, top 5 every single season. That was a blip for us. That 5th season.
Yeah, it was.
So you can't automatically think next season we're going to do exactly the same because it was an absolute anomaly.
I think a lot of fans as well were educated enough to know we're going to be playing 2 games a week now with Europe.
Yeah.
We aren't going to be able to do Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday.
We struggled massively.
That's because we didn't invest.
Yeah.
No, but you look at the teams like the real top clubs. They've already got an amazing squad.
And
so
an amazing second team.
How much money it would take to get us to there now, and then they'll progress even further. Like, look at Man United, hate them, but the players they're buying, they just bought fucking Sancho and that. Like, even their squad's getting better and better. It's almost impossible now.
I think that's probably what pisses us off because obviously it's us in the spotlight with the media, and obviously they know they get bites and stuff from it. But you never really hear about Everton. You don't hear about Wolves, like Dex just said. It's a strange one. It really is.
You're totally right. I totally agree.
Well, the Wolves fans were hounding Nunes out, weren't they? They wanted rid of him months and months ago.
It wasn't so long ago that they were in the Championship, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when we were as well, to be fair. And yes, they got new ownership, and yes, they were buying some good players. Let's be fair, right? They had some attractive names on their team sheet that even shocked me when it was. And they finished 7th to finish. They got into Europa League, and then everyone, not just the fans, the board, everyone gets more expectations. And sometimes you just can't live up to them.
I would hate to see this happen, but Norwich's manager is still Falk.
Yeah.
So like, imagine obviously next season they're up there promoted. He's had a great time at Norwich, and I would hate to get to the point where Norwich struggle next season. I don't think they will struggle, but I think they'll probably have an all right. I think they'll have an all right season, to be fair. But I think that if the likes of the Norwich fans turn against their manager after what he's built,
they won't though, because they've got that expectation of that.
Some will.
It comes to the point where you can't just keep going down and then back up again. They've let it happen 2-3 times, and all right, we'll love you loads. We'll see you next year. But eventually, it comes to it.
But they know what they're getting themselves into with that club, because they can't pile money into that team, because they haven't got, very rich owners. They're not a huge attractive name to be able to get those players in. So they know that they are going to struggle around there. So they've got those expectations.
You've got a soft spot for
He's a resident Norwich fan.
So what's your thoughts on this? I mean, we're not a Norwich podcast, but what's your thoughts on that?
I think, mate, what they're doing right. When they came up last time, the yo-yo, haven't they? They've been up and down a few times. Paul Lambert brought them up.
Because they live within the means.
They do, and I think that's advertised. Yeah, I remember reading a preview of the season when they were up last time, 18-19 was it? And they were saying the money that they're not going to... Wait?
That's a while ago.
18-19?
Yeah.
25. Did they come up when I was 19? No, I didn't. 2001.
No, I meant like 18-19 as in the year, mate.
Oh, right.
Season.
I thought you meant when I was 18-19. But it was kind of understood that they weren't going to spend money like on trying to get a marquee signing, like big name to try and keep them up. The
like
money's
going to
go,
wasn't it?
Yeah, the fill the squad. Infrastructure where they're training Colney. It's cracking, and it's that that's kind of their MO almost. Is that they're not going to spend they're not going to go Messi's like out of contract at Barcelona trying to sign him for £1 million a week.
It's kind of what we are, right? Just we don't want to accept it, right?
But the difference is they invest money in their youth, in their structure and facilities. But then that's what they can then go on to sell players. To make a bit of profit, make a bit of money.
Yeah, but it means shit if you go down every year.
It doesn't necessarily. I mean, it's because they are. I think it's going to happen, and maybe already is happening, where you're going to have the Premier League's effectively 23, 24 teams. You've got 18, 19 who are 17 who are every year pretty much, and then maybe 4 or 5 who go down, but they're going to come straight back up. And Norwich have kind of done that. The West Brom as well.
Definitely have. I agree.
They're effectively Premier League teams, but they have the occasional year off.
I just think sometimes
they're pretty much there.
They'll get tired as if we'll storm that league as they do every year, right? And then they'll come up and say, "Oh, well, this is what day out," and then we'll see you next year.
There's got to be like a plan there. There's got to be some. You can't be happy doing that forevermore. There's got to be a progression.
Yeah.
And I think, I can't speak for Norwich fans.
I don't know how Dad wouldn't say
I can't speak for Norwich fans, but I think it'll get to the point if they go down this time, they might say, right, come back up, and then we've got to stop it. We've got to because under Lambert for a couple of years they did really well before he went to Villa. But Chris Hughton took away. Chris Hughton did one very popular.
Right, back to Newcastle. I don't want to go on too much longer because we've got another video to do after this one, and I just wanted to be this one like a nice little restart. As we should put it. Yeah, it's been a
Project Restart.
Joe Willock, Mark, is he coming back on loan? Or even we're going to buy him?
I think we'll buy him.
Really? Right, okay. So if I'm going to put my thoughts on, I'll probably say loan with an option to buy at the end of it. Dagger?
Yeah, I'm with you. Loan with an option to buy.
Bestie?
I kind of feel like I should say something different now when we do the scores, because I think they're in the name of sport. So I think we'll buy him and then loan him back to Arsenal.
The reason I think that we'll buy him is I think there'll be that many offers for him coming into Arsenal because of the last 3 months that he had with us. And there's already a load of names being bandied around them that are interested in him. That if Arsenal are just saying, I've got 4 or 5 teams interested in taking them on loan, then will we just have to stump up the money? Now we mightn't necessarily have to pay it all in a.
I think
it's empty.
Even then,
you could structure it.
Well, I think if there's a handful of clubs coming in and saying that we want to loan him as well. I think we'll get him. I think his preference will
I
probably.
think he wants to
back
come.
here.
I think he wants to come.
But I think the problem is if 4 or 5 teams turn around and say we want to offer money for him, to buy him, that's when we're going to struggle, because if we don't match their bid, we're not getting him.
We won't.
We won't. Exactly that.
If Arsenal are prepared to accept that, right, we are now willing to cut ties, Arteta may think maybe one more season now, really see what he's got, and then he might be able to walk back in our team or our squad.
They've just gave Maitland-Niles a new long-term contract. They've just signed
Smith Rowe's just got it.
Smith Rowe as well. Sorry,
they are signing players that are his position, which is
another midfielder. It's just came in, so it's
paving
the.
But we
just paving the way for him to.
We can't wait forever though, can we? I mean, we will, but I mean, we can't really.
Surely we should be making the first move.
Like the Dogger feature, aren't we?
Well, Bruce came out at the weekend and after the game saying the ball's in Arsenal's court, isn't it?
Does that mean that we'll put a bid in, or does that?
He says they know that we're interested. They know that we want.
But I think personally, that's just going to be the next Newcastle saying, right, we'll take him again on loan this season. Yes. And I don't think it's anything like, right, we'll buy him. I don't think.
He was almost saying that Arsenal aren't given a decision.
I think unless we are pushed to put a bid in for him to buy him, we'll always have the intention of loan. I don't think we'll buy a single player this season if we don't have to.
We'll need to, because...
Well, Ashley's not going to want to put any money in. He never does.
But apparently, there's rumours that he's going to reinvest this 17 million that he pocketed.
And again, that's why I'm thinking, is that the money that could buy Willock?
Did he get that money? Is that officially his now?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
But see, you can't just buy Willock and then go, great, let's go.
Well, no, because there's not enough. There's rumours about... Man United centre half. There's the lad from Chelsea who was on loan at West Brom last season.
Barkley has been mentioned again.
Barkley's been mentioned.
Mighty he would.
But that's two Chelsea players that we're linked with. That's not going to happen, is it?
I think how much anybody was. I keep thinking that years ago. I mean, when he went to Villa,
you're thinking about when he used to tear us and you were Horseman about 5 years ago.
Him and Grealish were teamed up for a few months last season, but his fitness isn't great.
I see him linked with.
But is
he a kid with what we've long hair from Arsenal? Not Luez. Torrier.
Go on, son. Have a guess.
Torriera. He's got like long curly hair. Bit like.
Is that not the Spanish restaurant in town?
Guendouzi.
Torriera.
Terrestrial. E.T.
Tourette's Torriera.
Torriers or something.
Torriers.
I can see him. He's got like the curly hair, like Luez.
Where is he?
Like Luez.
He plays in midfield.
Who?
The Luez Canal.
You're saying the one that looks like David Luiz? The younger version? The one that... What happened? Did he not like pitch somebody or something? I
think it's Torri. Isn't that T-O-R-R-I-E-S?
Torriera.
Tories. Only Tories signing.
Torriega. We'll have to Google it.
Has anyone put anything in it?
Adam, you must know who we're talking about.
I know who he means.
Actually, the two people that you're trying to think of have already left also.
I think he's like
When Doozy's left and Torreira's left.
Philip Cocu.
Robert Perez.
Hasselbank.
Who were linked?
David Rocastle. Rest in peace.
Right, boys, I think we're just going to wrap it up on that note. Unless there's anything that's jumping out that you need to talk about. Remember, we're back. We're back on a Monday night. So we don't have to pile everything in now. We've had pre-season.
Is any question? Anyone said a question?
But my phone's died, so I don't really
take
care.
Over.
Sorry, not even going to discuss it.
It's not happening.
Right. The only thing we're going to discuss on the takeover right now is that we haven't got a fucking clue. Nobody else has got a fucking clue. That's it. Done.
I think Stevie's got a fucking clue.
Stevie's got a fucking clue. Fucking every fucker's pissed off to London. Fucking Stevie trying to get everyone to fuck off London. Know for fire well that we're going to pull out the next day from this court case was getting adjourned and everything. Oh, God. No, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Right.
I agree.
Mark, what's he called?
He's still looking for Tourette's.
I haven't found it.
He's on Pokemon then.
Oh, was that Pokemon?
Was it a Pokemon?
Right, everybody.
A Pokemon.
It's great to be back. Thank you very much. I apologise. I haven't seen your comments for the last 20 minutes because my phone was about to die. I didn't really prepare tonight. But we will be back on a Monday and we will be getting more podcasts from everybody on the channel. We brought Matt in, who's going to be doing Fantasy Premier League. So he's going to be running the league forward as well. He's going to be doing more videos.
I need to be in that this year.
I need to try. I'll have a shot.
And only try for the first couple of weeks and give up.
Yeah.
But now that we've got somebody that can help along the way.
I do that with Super 6.
Yeah. But plenty more coming. I don't think we've brought anybody else in.
Roger's full-time now.
Roger's full-time?
Not full-time. Yeah. He's part of it.
We're not paying him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, we've brought more in the club up.
We have
Well, that's
permanent
a start,
signings
right?
as well,
That's a start,
not loans,
isn't it?
not loans. Thanks everybody. Thanks to all the members that stayed donating through the summer as well.
Yeah.
When we're doing fuck all.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
Well, you've done 3 podcasts.
It wasn't for the
we'll
one
do
of
more.
trying.
We'll do more. We're
Yeah.
back in now. We'll do more.
We're all back in it.
We're going to do one preview in the Denmark game. I still quite fancy that.
Right, everybody. Thank you very much.
I think we'll miss Ericsson.
See you later.
Wash your hands.